Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Me First Mornings. I am your host and energy alchemist, Patricia Ribeiro Wolfson, and I am here to motivate and inspire you to create a daily routine that helps you, number one, calibrate and elevate your energy. Number two, connect with your inner guidance. And number three, navigate challenges with ease and grace. As difficult as that may sound, it is something that you can practice. You can practice doing. I practice every single day. And we practice together. So welcome to Me First Mornings, where we're going to practice this skill. My dog is knocking on the door. Hold on. Okay, Blue. Come in. All right. I didn't want to be having him scratching at the door the whole session. So now he's in. Welcome. Okay, so today is a full moon. Full moon. That's my goddess pose. Full. Well, this one isn't full. That's not a full moon. That's a crescent moon, but okay. Here we are celebrating the full moon. And what does the full moon mean? Well, it is an astrological push for us to release the things that don't serve us. The full moon supports us and helps us in eliminating, every 2 weeks we have a new moon, and then every 2 weeks we have a full moon. And the new moon is where we plant the seeds, where we come up with the ideas, where we get our inspiration to be like, you know what, I need to do this next, or I want to do this next. And very often what happens when we plant those seeds, then we start seeing, in order to make that dream come true, in order to bring this to fruition, there are some things I need to take care of. And so the full moon provides us the opportunity cosmically to release those things that don't work for us, because very often when we get to a certain point in our life and we're like, I really don't want to do this anymore, or I really don't want to participate in things like this anymore, or I really need to make more time for myself, more time for my family. I need to balance my priorities. Whatever are the things that's on your list of things that you want to sort of improve or shift in the coming year, and especially the coming year, because this is the last full moon of 2022. And as the last full moon of 2022, it carries with it the weight of all of this year. Now, there are things that hopefully you've been releasing through like every month or every day or every week or however it works for you. You don't need to wait for a full moon to release the things that don't serve you. You can do that at any time by simply setting the intention that, this is for you is no longer going to work for you, and you're ready to release it. You're ready to let it go. This is something that you can do every morning with your Me First Morning practice. When we do this practice, as you guys, if you're listening to one of my prayers, I actually ask to release whatever doesn't serve me every single day, and I ask for Saint Germain's help. Saint Germain is sort of in charge of the violet flame. And the violet flame is this powerful burning flame that burns away the things that don't serve us. And so every morning I ask that Saint Germain and his infinitely powerful violet flame burn away the things that no longer serve myself or humanity. Because there are things that we need to get through, things we need to get past, things we need to let go of collectively. Of course, individually, and I can't control what you release, and nobody can control what I release. So we are responsible for releasing our own limiting beliefs, our own ideas that don't work for us anymore, our own habits that we need to break for our well-being. And when each person focuses on what's best for them, on doing only supportive things for themselves and their personal evolution, at the end of the day, it really does benefit everyone. And it benefits anybody who's connected to that person because they feel better. And when people feel better, they do better and they help others, because people who feel good about themselves are always willing to help others. And not always. You can feel terrible about yourself and still help others. And in fact, many people who do feel bad about themselves distract themselves by helping others. So there's nothing wrong with that. But what the purpose of this is to let you know that if there's anything that you're ready to release, whether you consciously realize it or not, you can ask for support from the full moon to release it. Okay, so what I'd like to do, good morning, Lena. Thank you for being here. I'm going to take a little sip. Now, what I'd like to do is I want to do our Me First Morning ritual together. I want to set the intentions as we normally do, and then I'm going to be pulling some cards. So if you are watching and you'd like me to pull you a card, then go ahead and drop a star emoji in the comments. And let me know that you want a card pulled for you today. Otherwise, I'll be pulling for the collective, and we'll just ask some questions about what do we collectively need to release in order to get to the next level of our evolution. Because, I'm sure you guys have noticed, I certainly have, that the way things are going right now, it's just not sustainable for humanity. It's just not. Everybody's overwhelmed, overworked, overstressed, stretched way beyond their capacity. And we need to stop that. We need to put a stop to that. And I can't put a stop to, whether this corporation in the city is overworking their employees. I'm not there. I have no say. And when I start to think about the things that I don't have control over, such as the, system that's in place, the prejudiced system, the structure of society that is not working for anyone, and especially for minorities or people of color or anyone who is in a disadvantaged population for whatever reason, because they are discriminated against, because they don't have the same privileges, because, they are in that group, whatever group that is, that's marginalized. They are not being supported. And when you have one group, no matter how small, that is not being supported, that means there is a lack of support in the structure of the system. And that can feel really daunting. It can feel like, how am I supposed to do anything about that? How am I supposed to help that? How do you not feel helpless when there's so many people hurting and suffering, in your community, in the world? Well, excuse me. The truth is that all you can do is work on your own little corner of the world, right? You can work on yourself. You can work on improving things in your home, right? And then as you work on yourself, as you improve things in your home, you will positively influence and impact the people in your life by simply showing up as you are, by simply doing what you need to do to connect with your own bliss, to connect with your own health and well-being, to connect with your own support system. And then you will be laying down the foundation for others to be able to support or be supported by you and the foundation that you've created. And then you start supporting your friends, your family, and your community. Now, this isn't like you put everybody on your shoulders, such as many caregivers do, where all the responsibility is on your shoulders. It's not about that, but it's simply about taking care of yourself and your environment so that it is one of the healed environments, and you are one of the healed people on the planet. And healed people and healed environments create a loving and healing environment for others. And the more loving and healing environments that exist for people in the world, for people in the community, well, then that just increases that love and support. That helps everybody feel supported and feel kindness and compassion in their life. And when you feel like people are being kind and compassionate towards you, you're much more likely to be kind and compassionate towards others. And if you are the beacon of light in your community, you are giving hope to those who may not have it in the time, in that moment, who may need to borrow your hope, who may need to borrow your impact and your support. And so that's why it's important for each one of us to take care of ourselves, to then be able to help and take care of others, and to set the example of what taking care of yourself looks like. So you can hold somebody's hand and say, hey, I see that you're struggling. Look, this works for me. If it doesn't work for you, let me help you. Let me support you. Let me show you how I can do it. Let me show you how you can do it. Try it out. See what happens. See what changes and what shifts can occur in your own personal life when you start looking at things that way. Okay. Good morning, Veronica. Oh, it's so nice to see you. Well, see your name and your little sun and heart. Okay. So let's start with our morning prayer. Our morning ritual. Because I have cards to pull, people. All right. Here we go. Lighting the candle. Putting on some essential oils. There we go. Okay. Putting it in my hair. There we go. Okay. So make a nice big whiff of that beautiful essential oil. I'm going to grab my crystal spheres and we're going to take 3 deep breaths together, okay? Deep breath in, hold for 5. Deep breath in for 5, hold for 5, out for 10, okay? Here we go. And hold. And release. Beautiful. Don't forget to have your feet well planted on the ground, connecting with Mother Earth, allowing for that support, and also opening up the top of your head, allowing liquid sunshine to pour in and fill your body with healing light, permeating every single cell in your body and dissipating any stuck, stagnant, or dense energy in your body and releasing it with the exhale. Let's do that again. Deep breath in, count to 5, hold for 5, and release for 10. Here we go. And hold. And release. That release gets me every time. Okay, last one. Deep breath. Let's make it count. Let's make it count. Okay. That deep breath worked for me. Did you guys all enjoy that cough? Great. All right. Last breath. Deep breath in for 5. Hold for 5. Out for 10. See if I can hold it back this time. And hold. And release. Okay. All right. I hope that was better for you than it was for me. But still, we're breathing, we're moving, we're releasing the things that don't serve us. This cough needs to be released too, so that's okay. All right. Now let's say our little prayer together. Okay. Don't forget that we want to keep in mind our GPS word. If you do not have a GPS word yet, make sure you download my free quick reference guide, which is at Me First Mornings on Bitly, okay? And it comes with how to calibrate your energy, Me First Mornings ritual, a quick GPS activity, your daily ABCs, and a simple guide to manage stress. And so that quick guide, that quick GPS activity will help you just pick a word that represents how you want to feel. What's the thing you want to feel most? You can just think about that right now for yourself. Is what's the feeling you want most? Let's just say that since I'm coughing right now, I'm going to say I want to feel healthy. I want to bring health. I want to bring well-being into my life. I want to feel good and healthy, okay? So well-being is the word that I'm thinking of as my GPS word. So everything I do today is going to be focused on my well-being. Is this bringing me closer to well-being? Is this connecting me to my health? Is this a decision, a choice, a drink, whatever that makes me feel connected to my health, that makes me feel like I'm taking care of my well-being? Whatever that GPS word is, that's the one that you apply for yourself. All right. So let's say our little prayer and ask for our spiritual support team to come and help us with these intentions. Divine Mother, Infinite Father, Creator, Archangels, Ancestors, Spirit Guides, and all beings of 100% pure white light, allow me to be a clear and open channel of your light and love without hesitation or ego. May the highest vibration of love and light connect with my higher self and release any and all things that no longer serve me. I ask that Saint Germain and his infinitely powerful violet flame burn away the things that no longer serve myself or humanity and hold us back from our divine existence. Help us to embody our intentions for the day and help us raise the collective vibration for the highest and greatest good of all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it, and so it is. All right, let's rock and roll. So, let's see. I'm going to use my Kyle Gray cards again today because I feel like Kyle Gray could be really supportive, or these keepers of the light can be really supportive during this transitional time, during this full moon time. I should probably get moon cards. That would be probably cool. Maybe I'll do that this year, is get myself some moon cards. These cards are all messed up. All right, I don't know. Here we go. So let's just see, what do we need to do collectively? What is the advice that our spiritual support team wants to give to the collective in order to truly be ready to release the things that no longer serve you during this next evolution, right? Humanity's evolution. As we close out 2022, what is it that we really need to release to be able to enter 2023 in peace and harmony and alignment with our higher selves? That's really what I want to know, right? What do I need to release to be in peace and harmony and alignment with my higher self? Let's see what the guides have to say, okay? And if anybody else wants a card, just let me know. Drop a star emoji in the comments and I will pull a card for you. Okay, here we go. Look at this. So, Cernunos, life force. Ooh, we have to let go of our life force? I don't know about that. All right. Express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. Oh, good morning, Mom. All right, let's look at Cernunos. Let's see what is Cernunos trying to tell us about what we need to release, okay? And, oh, I didn't bring my glasses. Dudes. All right. Cernunos. Oh, no, sorry, it's pronounced Cernunnos. Cernunnos? Okay, I totally got that wrong. They have the spelling, the way to pronounce it here. All right. Also known as Herdy. Is a Celtic stag god who represents connection to the earth. He's one of the oldest recognized Celtic gods and features on the Gunstrip cauldron, a giant silver vessel from the Iron Age. He is the lover of the Great Mother and impregnates so that it will be filled with life. He can help us form a connection with the animal spirits and ancestors of our land. There is a deep buildup of force within you now and a need to channel it into action. You may have extra energy or be more alert than usual, or be aware of a sense of increased sensual or sexual energy. If you have been unsure of how this ties into your spiritual path, know that it can allow you to access the richness of your soul. When we are not expressing ourselves sexually, our spiritual potential can become tamed or muted. So if you're denying yourself a desire, ask yourself how you can fulfill it. These cards are basically saying go out and have sex. And that is how you can celebrate your full moon today. I don't know. I don't understand what it means today. Let's see here. Ask Cernunnos. Cernunnos. Okay, I think that's what it is. Somebody help me with the pronunciation here. It's terrible. I should look it up. I'm actually usually very good at pronunciations. Ask Kronos to help you access your sexual self so that you can express it with integrity and in a way that honors your soul. If you and your partner are trying for a child and this card appears, fertility is very possible, especially if Brigid, Kronos' twin flame, is present too. Okay, so here's what this is. And here's what I really feel is part of the release here. And I can't speak for everybody, but I can speak for myself as a woman, as a mother, as a woman in her late 40s, with children who take up most of my time. And I can say that as women, especially when it comes to sensuality and sexuality, we have been this has been a aspect of control in our lives for basically our whole lives. All of society is consistently trying to mute women's sensual and sexual power, while at the same time market the sexuality in such a way that they are being defined by it. And this is what needs to stop. Sensuality and sexuality from any human, not just a woman, a man, or a non-binary individual, anybody's sensual or sexual expression is connected to their life force, right? Life force. It's a creation energy. It is not an evil energy. It is not a manipulative energy. It is not a controlling energy. It is life force itself. Babies come from that. And although we have been given this fucking bullshit story of, how to behave or not behave, what you need to understand is that your life force and your desires are powerful, right? Your desires are powerful, and you have the power to bring things into life, to create these things, whether it is ideas, whether it is children, whether it is a new way of being, a new way of living, a new way for society to actually be sustainable for every single fucking person on this planet, okay? We can use that creation energy, that energy that we've all been given, that powerful force that we've been given. But instead, we are told to put a damper on it. And especially if you're young, you're allowed to flaunt your sensuality and sexuality. But as you get older, you are no longer allowed to be sensual or sexual. You are no longer allowed to be creative in that way. You are no longer allowed to express yourself if you're aging, if you don't fit the norm, right? But this is why our children are suffering. This is why our young women and young men and young individuals who are questioning their lives and everything about themselves, because there's a disconnect. It doesn't make any sense. You sell with sex, but yet you shame people who feel connected to their sensuality, right? We are shaming women. We are shaming men. We are shaming the LGBT community for being connected to their sexuality. Sexuality and sensuality is a point of creation. It is a point of life. It is our God-given right to exist and how we create other things. It comes from desire. It comes from wanting to see something, wanting to grow something, wanting to create something. And so I think that the message here for everybody is be connected to that part of you that desires. And what do you desire? Not just sensually and sexually, although that is important for you to connect with as well. But what do you desire out of your life? We've eliminated desire, right? Desire becomes this, it's only good for the movies. It's only good when you're dating. It's only good, if you're a cute little young thing who, is out there, and it's like putting all their desires out there. You know what? There is so much more power in connecting with what you truly want, with your soul's purpose, with your inner desires that can be fueled and can utilize that powerful creation energy that we have all been given that gift. We've all been given the gift of creation. We've all been given the gift to connect to that point of creation. And so take some time to be with yourself and connect with that desire. What do you really want out of life? What do you really want out of this next year? What do you need to release? What do you need to let go of? Is it guilt? Is it shame? I actually think that this is one of the reasons why this particular card came up, because humanity needs to release the guilt and shame connected with desire, right? We have a whole sect of the population that is shaming people for their desire, shaming people for the things that they want, right? And judging people. We need to stop that. We need to stop the judgment. You have to figure out for yourself, what do you want more than anything, and how do you want to make it happen? How do you want to bring it into the world? And no one else can control that but you. And you have to set your boundaries for that. You have to put up the boundaries and say, no one is allowed to tell me what I do or don't want. No one is allowed to tell me what I can and can't desire, right? No one is allowed to take away my God-given right to want, to create, and to exist in this. So I think that if anything, I believe that our spiritual support team is trying to tell you, if there's something that you want for the next year, it is up to you to create it. It is up to you to set your boundaries around it so that no one else can affect that desire, so that no one else can control that desire within you. You control it. You get to plant that seed wherever you want. You get to nurture it however you want, without judgment, without shame, whatever it is. Because when we hold shame and when we hold guilt and when we hold judgment against other people, we are stopping the life force energy from flowing. We are squeezing the life out of us. When we do not allow our desires to have a natural conclusion, when we don't allow ourselves to pursue the things that we want, when we stop ourselves from feeling good. I mean, ask yourself, how many times have you been doing something that maybe feels good? And it doesn't have to be sensual or sexual in this sense, but it could just be something like that's fun for you. And suddenly you remember all the crap you have to do. And you stop yourself from that enjoyment. And then you go and do what you need to do because it needs to be done, right? We remove ourselves from our joy. We stop ourselves from feeling good because we have our obligations. We take care of our responsibilities. And so we stop ourselves from feeling joy. We stop ourselves from feeling desire, right? Because we're like, why bother wanting anything? Because I don't have time to pursue it. I don't have time to have fun. Who the hell has time to have fun? Who the hell has time to enjoy themselves? I've got children to take care of. I have a husband to take care of. I have all sorts of things to take care of, right? But if you don't make time for your desire, no one else will. This has been the topic for the last 2 weeks. It really feels very present. If you don't make time for yourself, no one else will make time for you, right? They don't have to. Why would they? Why would they? And not to say that nobody loves you to make time for you, but we are all wrapped up in our own stuff. We all have our own challenges. We all have our own demons that we need to heal and move through. And so if you are not taking care of yourself, no one else has the capacity to take care of you. No one else can be like, hey, have you eaten today? Hey, are you drinking enough today? Hey, did you rest today? Are you getting enough rest? When we start taking care of ourselves? When we get the call from the doctor. Oh, yeah, by the way, you need another scan. Oh, yeah, by the way, your blood pressure's up. Your this is up. You've got terrible numbers on this. You need to stop taking care of, stop doing whatever you're doing. And you need to take care of yourself. When someone else tells you because you've already messed up, because you've already neglected yourself, when you get that call from your doctor, or you get that call from your boss, or you get a call that's like, hey, this is the terrible news I'm going to share with you because you've neglected yourself for this long. Now, I say this not to blame anyone who is currently suffering with anything and saying it's your fault, because because it's not your fault. It is the way society is structured. We are made to feel guilty and ashamed if we take care of ourselves, right? If you take any time for yourself, if you have children and you have responsibilities and you have a job, God forbid you do something that might be fun, right? Or then it's called a guilty pleasure, right? Oh, a guilty pleasure. I watched a show. Oh, okay. But the rest of your day, you're working your freaking tail off. You're taking care of everybody you know. And that half an hour that you watch a show, you're going to feel guilty about that. Or that, you decide to binge a show because you're exhausted. No, you get to decide how you want to take care of yourself. And this is one of the reasons why I do Me First Mornings, is because I want to be here to remind you that you have to take care of yourself. It's a reminder for me too. I have to remind myself every day because I don't have time either. I really don't. But I also am really, really very painfully aware that if I don't take care of myself, nobody else is going to take care of me. There's nobody else to take care of me. I mean, I'm the mom, right? I'm the one taking care of everyone, right? So if I don't take care of myself, who's the one that's like, hey, did you take care of yourself today? Did you do what you needed? Nobody's doing that. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I have good friends who definitely check in on me and ask me if I'm doing okay. And my mom's watching, and yes, she also makes sure that I'm taking care of myself, right? There are people who are going to check in with you, right? But regardless of how many times somebody checks in with you, no matter how many times someone texts you and says, hey, are you taking care of yourself? The onus is on you to actually take the action, okay? The onus is on you to do what you need. Thanks, Mom. It's on you and nobody else. And once things start falling apart, it's still on you. Now, I believe that we have support. I believe that we have a spiritual support team that's there to help us when we're going through the really tough stuff. I believe that. It works for me. And I hope you believe it too. But in the physical sense, okay, in the physical sense, if you are not taking care of yourself, God can take care of you, right? God, Jesus, Allah, whoever that you connect with, right? You are taken care of by the universe. But they can't, your spirit team can't shower for you. Your spirit team is not feeding you. Your spirit team is not making sure you have enough fluids. You have to do that. And don't wait until you're in bad shape to suddenly go, oh shit, I should have taken care of myself. Because that will happen. It does happen. It happens to all of us. It happens to the person who is eating an all organic diet and doesn't touch any animal product and, plant-based and, taking really good care of themselves. There are aspects that they neglect in their own life that they will have to come to terms with. It's not just about what you eat. It's not just about how you take care of yourself physically, but it's very much so about how you take care of yourself mentally. Because if you feel like the world is stacked against you, then the world will be stacked against you. Then all the odds will be stacked against you all the time. If you have no hope, then there will be no hope to be found. You have to do that. You have to take care of your mind. You have to take care of your motivation. You have to take care of your hope. Because there's nobody else that's going to take care of it for you. There'll be people to remind you. You can listen to podcasts. You can watch my show. I'll be here to remind you. There's always a way. But you have to take care of it. The onus is on you. Don't forget about yourself. Thanks, Lena. Big hug to you too. I know I'm emotional. It's been a hard week. And it's only Wednesday. But I know it's just not a hard week for me. I know it's a hard week for a lot of people. And just because somebody you know may have a harder week than you doesn't mean that your hard week isn't challenging. So don't ignore your own life. Don't invalidate your own struggles. Don't neglect yourself just because out of everybody you know, you have the least amount of problems. Okay? If you're busy taking care of children, if you're busy taking care of your spouse, if you're busy taking care of, sick people in your life, and it feels like, well, I'm the healthy one, so I'm just got to keep going. If you keep going without taking care of yourself, you're going to be the sick one next. You're going to be the one that needs support. And I say that as I do it myself, as I practice each day to try and take care of myself in the midst of very real challenges. And I encourage you to do the same. And I just want to put it out there that if you are struggling, if you need support, if you want to reach out to your spiritual support team and don't know how to get guidance for the next phase of your life, please, please, please reach out to me. Let's have a session together. Let me support you through this because I know I can. I know that you can get through whatever it is you're going through. And I know that we can end this 2022 year leaving behind all the things that don't serve us collectively and moving forward and stepping into a 2023 with more hope, with more light, with more love, and a hell of a lot more compassion. I will be back tomorrow. Tonight we are doing, Marissa and Donna and I are doing an in-person full moon yoga session in Melville. So if you are local to Melville, Long Island, or anywhere close to Melville, please, I have the link in the comments on Facebook. I'll put the link also on YouTube for those of you who want to join. If you're local, come and join us. The tickets are on Eventbrite, and that will be happening tonight between 7 and 9. Doors open at 6:30. Also, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you've not subscribed to it yet. Go to YouTube at Me First Mornings, subscribe, and ding that notification bell. I will be back tomorrow. I believe I will be back tomorrow, I think, barring any appointments that I need to attend to with my love. And I will be here. And if you have any questions or need any support, please feel free to reach out privately. And that's it. I just want to send you guys love and support and let you know that you are the light. And you need to do whatever you can to keep that light shining. So use that full moon release tonight to let go of anything that is stopping you from shining your light, because it is needed, it is wanted, and you are absolutely creating an incredible impact in the world, whether you realize it or not. And it's up to you to decide what kind of impact that's going to be. Thanks, Dad. Bon dia, bon dia. Love you. Thank you so much. I send love and support back to all of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being my support system and showing up. And I hope you have a wonderful day.